I'm Helen and thank you for practicing with me today. This class is a twisty flow. If you've eaten too much or lack energy after the festive season, this practice will bring back some zest and fire up your digestive system. Come into a comfortable seat. I'm sitting on a bolster to make my hips higher than my knees. Fold your legs in any way that feels good for you. Spine nice and straight, shoulders relaxed. We'll start with a mudra, and this is Surya Mudra, sun seal. So take the ring finger and bring it down to the base of the thumb. Take the thumb and press it down on top of the ring finger. Extend the other fingers, allowing them to relax. Bring them to your tops of your knees. Close the eyes and center in. So this mudra is known as sun seal, and how it works is the ring finger, which represents the earth element, is depressed by the thumb, which represents fire. The root of the thumb, which relates to your drive in life, is stimulated by the ring finger. As your thumb presses down on the ring finger, the fire element of the thumb decreases the negative aspects of earth energy, such as inertia. So this helps burn off any stagnation we have and fires you up for new inspiration in life. So this mudra is perfect for if you're feeling a bit sluggish and you want to get your energy back. So center in on the breath, deep inhales, deep exhales. Jaw is relaxed and the tongue is relaxed. And turn your awareness to your inner landscape. Now bring your hands in this mudra to your solar plexus. So this is just a little bit higher than the navel. The solar plexus is where we store all our pranic energy. Focus here and imagine a yellow ball of light. And then gently release the hands and open the eyes. We'll move into tabletop pose. If you're sitting on a prop, just push it to one side. Hands are directly underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips, and we'll sit back into child with the arms extended. Take a breath or two here. Just surrendering down. And on your next inhale, come up to tabletop. Inhale the right arm to the sky and exhale, bring it back down and sit back to child. Inhale, come back up. This time the left hand lifts. Exhale back to child and repeat this either side. Inhaling up and lifting one arm up, sitting back to child. Inhale, come up, lift the other arm. Exhale, bring it down, child. Inhale, lift right arm to the sky. Exhale, back to child. Inhale, lift left arm to the sky. Exhale, back to child. Inhale, right arm to the sky. Exhale, back to child. Inhale, come up, left arm lifts. Exhale, back to child. Inhale, right arm lifts to the sky, and as you exhale, we'll thread the needle. So right shoulder comes down, right ear comes down, maybe tenting the left fingers, maybe lifting the left arm, reaching around and hooking the inside of the right thigh. You don't need to do this. You can keep the fingers tented. Breathe here. Then come out the way you went in, lifting that right arm back up to the sky. Right hand plants. Inhale, left arm lifts to the sky. Exhale, thread the needle, second side. So left cheek comes down, left shoulder is down. Maybe lift the right arm up and hook the inside of the left thigh. You don't have to do this. You can keep that right arm or the right hand tented on the floor. This just gets into the shoulders a little bit more. Deep and even breaths. Then we'll come out the way we went in and return to tabletop. Lift the left leg straight behind. As you exhale, swing it over to the right side of the mat for a lateral stretch. Look over the right shoulder at the left foot, feeling that stretch in the left side body, all down the left waist, the left lungs. Inhale, return to center, second side. Right leg extends straight back. Sweep it round to the left side of the mat. Look over the left shoulder, looking at your foot, feeling that stretch. This time down the whole of the right side body, maybe in the outer hip, in the right ribs, right waist. Back to center. We'll move through some cat-cow. So on an inhale, the chest lifts and the belly dips. Exhale, reverse the movement, protracting the shoulders, tipping the pelvis. Inhale, head lifts, belly dips. Exhale, round the back, tucking the pelvis under. Inhale to cow. Exhale to your Halloween cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, head lifts to cow. Exhale, round back to cat. Then return to neutral. Move the hands about one handprint in front. Tuck the toes and we'll come into our first downward facing dog. So feet are around shoulder width apart or hip width. Hands are around shoulder width. Grounding into the base of the knuckles. Upper back is wide. Sit bones to the sky. Maybe you can pedal out the feet just to wake up the backs of the legs. Gazing point is about midway down the mat. And then we'll rock forward into plank pose. So hold here for 5 breaths. Activate the whole of that front body. We're juicing up the core here. Mild protraction of the shoulder blades. Straight arm strength. Focus mind. Focus breath. And then lift the hips back to downward facing dog. Rock forward again to plank. 5 breaths here again. Such a great strengthening pose for the whole of the body. Keep all of the legs active. All the core active. Arms are strong and straight. Equal balance in the hands and the feet. And then lower all the way to the belly. Roll over onto your back and we'll come into wind relieving pose. So this is great for if you want to spice up your digestive system. Bring one knee into the chest and hold it tight towards the chest. You can lift the head here to meet the knee. Deep breaths, keeping the other leg that's extended active with the foot flexed. Pressing down on that bent leg. Deflection of the hip. Then release. Second side, other knee comes in, pressing deep into the belly, deep into the chest. You can lift the head here to meet the knee. Long, deep, even breathing. The extended leg is active. Both feet are active. And then release. This time both knees come in. Double wind relieving pose. Squeeze in tight. You can lift the head up if you like, towards the knees. Try and keep the entire spine on the floor. Shoulders are relaxed. Jaw is relaxed. Deep breathing. Raise both feet to the sky. Ground the lower back into the floor. You can put the hips on the hands here to make it easier, and use the strength of the core to release the legs all the way back to the earth. Roll back onto the belly. We'll stretch out the front. Hands come underneath the shoulders, and on an inhale come up to a cobra pose. Use the strength of the back. Ground that pubic bone into the earth. Feel the stretch along the torso. Shoulders are relaxed. Exhale, release down. Now spider the fingers either side of the mat, and we'll come up into a spider cobra. Using the strength of the back, stretching out that front body. Shoulders are relaxed. And then dip the left shoulder in towards the midline, coming into a little twist. Come back to center. Dip the right shoulder in. Return to center. One more time each side. Just waking up the shoulders here. And then release down. Plant the hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes, and push all the way up to plank, back to downward facing dog. Breathe here. Pedal out the legs again if that feels good. And on an inhale, walk forward to the center of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift out of the waist, lengthen in the spine. Bend coming from the waist, and exhale, release down into a forward fold. Weight in the balls of the feet, maybe cupping the elbows and just bending one knee at a time. Allowing the body to flop forward. Use that core to pull the body closer to the thighs. Deep breaths. Maybe hold on to the backs of the shins, to the calves. Pull the body a little bit closer to the legs. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to the waist, come all the way up to standing. Come to the top of the mat and we'll move through some sun salutation. So this practice is all about the sun and fire. There's no better way than a sun salutation. So inhale, palms to the sky. Exhale, fold forward from the waist. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands and just step back to plank pose. Then right knee to right elbow, left knee, left elbow, right knee, right elbow, left knee, left elbow, right knee, right elbow, left knee, left elbow. Exhale, lower to the floor. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Take a free breath here. Then look forward and just step up to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, palms to the sky. Exhale, palms to chest. Again, inhale, palms lift to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump back to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, rock forward to plank, right knee, right elbow, left knee, left elbow, right knee, left knee, right knee, left knee, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe here. And then bend the knees, empty the lungs. Step or jump forward, halfway lift, forward fold. Inhale, palms to sky, palms to chest. Inhale, palms lift to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg to the sky, right knee, right elbow. Right knee, left elbow. Inhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, left knee, right knee, left elbow. Right knee, right elbow. Right knee, left elbow. back to the sky and release. Second side, left leg, left elbow, left knee, right elbow. Left knee, left elbow, left knee, right elbow. One more, left knee, left elbow, left knee, right elbow. Back to downward facing dog, then plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Breathe here, empty the lungs, step or jump forward, forward fold. Inhale, palms to the sky, palms to chest. Inhale, palms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, right foot steps up between the hands. Come up into high lunge, so grounding into the front heel, back leg straight and strong. 5 breaths here. Front ribs are in and the core is engaged. Focus in directly in front of you, a point that's not moving. This is a bit of a balances pose. Bring the palms to the chest and then hook the left elbow outside the right knee for a twisting lunge. Gazing point is over the right elbow. Twist coming from the mid back. Come back to center. Inhale the palms back up to the sky. Then bring the right hand on the back of the left leg for a standing twisting lunge. Deep breaths. Exhale, palms come down, step back, take a vinyasa or go straight to dog. Inhale, left leg to the sky, left foot steps up between the hands. Ground into the front heel, inhale, high lunge. Shoulders are relaxed, upper back is wide, front ribs are in, the core is engaged, grounding down into the front heel, on the back toes of the back foot, front knee directly above ankle, palms to chest. Inhale the right arm, elbow to the sky, and then hook it on the outside of the left knee. Twisting lunge. Feeling that twist from the mid back. Gazing point is the tip of the left elbow. Lengthen out the waist as best you can. Then return to center. Come back, high lunge. Left arm comes on the back of the right leg for a twisting crescent. Right arm to the sky, looking over that left shoulder. Feeling a stretch down the right side body. Inhale, return to the midline, plant the hands. Vinyasa. You don't have to take all these vinyasas. You can always go straight to dog or do a variation of knees, chest and chin. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, right foot steps up. Inhale, come up, high lunge. Get your stable base, then bring the palms to the chest. Inhale, left elbow lifts and hook outside the right leg for this twisting lunge again. Maybe you go a bit deeper and bring the left hand flat to the floor and the right arm to the sky, looking up to the palm of the hand. You don't have to do this variation, you can keep in the prayer twist. Inhale, return to the midline, then come up. Rotate towards the back of the mat, lightning bolt to the back. So the right arm is extended forward, right leg back. Plant the right hand underneath the right shoulder, left arm lifts for an easy twist. And then step into Vashisthasana, side plank on the right side. So your right arm is glued to the mat. You can stack the feet or stagger them. Then lift the top leg and step it towards the back of the mat. Inhale, come back to lightning bolt. Then sweep back to the front of the mat. High lunge. Plant the hands. Vinyasa. So there's a lot going on there. Stick with it and you'll get it. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, left foot steps up between the hands. High lunge. Breathe here. Palms to chest. Right elbow lifts, hooks outside the left leg. Stay in this prayer twist, or if it's available to you, maybe bring the right hand to the floor and the left arm directly up towards the ceiling. Deep breaths. Using your root lock here and your navel lock. Inhale back to center. Swivel to the back of the mat, lightning bolt. So this time left arm forward, left leg back. Leaning out of the waist. Plant the left hand underneath the left shoulder for easy twist. Right arm to the sky. Hips are neutral. And the transition from here will be into Vashisthasana, side plank. Stacking the shoulders. Engage in those left obliques. Deep breaths. Legs are straight and strong. Now lift the top leg and step it up as best you can towards the back of the mat. So you're in high lunge, facing towards the back of the mat, lightning bolt. Swivel forward to high lunge, facing the front. Plant the hands, take a vinyasa. We'll do this a couple of times to get into the swing of it, adding on. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, right foot steps up. Ground into the front heel. Come up, high lunge. Palms to the chest. Left elbow lifts, hooks outside that right knee. Stay here, or maybe the left hand comes down flat to the floor, right arm lifts. Next stage, if it's available, is a bind. So this is quite a deep twist here if you're binding. Really engage that root lock and your Uddiyana Bandha, your navel lock here, gives you real stability in these poses. Then come out the way you went in. Always come back to neutral with the body before you come up from a twist. High lunge, rotate to the back, lightning bolt, right arm forward, right leg back. The transition here is into standing staff twist. Bring the right leg up, maybe grab the outside of the right foot. You can keep the knee bent here. So you're grabbing the right foot with the left hand, twisting open to the right side, the left side of the mat. Deep breaths, release back to lightning bolt. Right hand comes down for easy twist. Transition, we'll be stepping back to side plank. Gauging those obliques on the right side. Lift the right leg. If it feels good for you, then step that left foot forward. Get my lefts and rights mixed up. Into lightning bolt. Come back to the front for high lunge. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, plank. Take a vinyasa or go straight to dog. This is a very heat building sequence, so if you're dripping with sweat like I was, that's normal. Inhale, left leg lifts, left foot steps up, high lunge. Prepare for the twist. Palms will come to the chest. Lift the right elbow, hook it over the left leg. Stay here in prayer twist, or release the right hand flat to the floor, left arm to the sky. Maybe take the bind if it's within your practice. Long deep breaths. It's quite hard to breathe in these twists, so really focus your awareness on your breathing. Never sacrifice the breath for any pose. Come out the way you went in. Return the body to the center line before you come up. high lunge. Prepare to swing to the back of the mat for lightning bolt. Left arm forward, left leg back. Moving into this standing twisting staff, so grabbing the outside of the left foot with the right hand, left arm to the back of the mat. Activate your root lock here, maybe looking over towards the back of the mat. I was a bit wobbly. If you fall out, don't worry. Step back, lightning bolt. Plant that left hand underneath the left shoulder. Easy twist to the back of the mat. Step back, side plank on the left side, Vashisthasana. Maybe lifting that top leg. Should be the right leg. Deep breaths. Next will be stepping towards the back of the mat in a low lunge. Coming back up, lightning bolt. Rotate back to the front of the mat, high lunge. Exhale, plant the hands, step back. Take a vinyasa or go straight to dog. Your choice. We'll do this sequence again, moving breath to movement. Right leg lifts, right foot steps up. Inhale, high lunge. Palms to chest, prayer twist. Fly the arms wide. Take the bind if it's available. Release the bind. Back to prayer twist. Back to the center line, high lunge. Swing to the back, lightning bolt. Twisting staff. Lightning bolt. Easy twist. Right arm comes down, left arm to the sky. Step back, Vashisthasana. Lift the top leg. Step that top leg forward. Lightning bolt to the back. Swing back to high lunge. Vinyasa. It's quite swift movements here. Should know the sequence. Now, left leg lifts, left foot steps up. High lunge. Palms to chest. Prayer twist. Maybe fly the arms open, maybe bind. Fly the arms open, back to prayer twist, back to the center, high lunge. Swivel to the back, lightning bolt. Get ready for twisting staff, grabbing the outside of the left foot with the right hand. Back to lightning bolt, left hand plants underneath the shoulder, easy twist. Vashisthasana. Lift the top leg steps to the back of the mat, lightning bolt. Switch back to the front, high lunge, Vinyasa. Meet in downward facing dog. Right leg lifts, right foot steps up. Inhale, high lunge. Prayer twist. We'll take out the bind and the flying of the arms. Back to high lunge. Swing to the back of the mat. Lightning bolt. Twisting staff. Lightning bolt. Easy twist. Vashisthasana. Low lunge to the back. Lightning bolt to the back. Return to the front of the mat. High lunge. Take a vinyasa. Left leg lifts, step forward, high lunge. Prayer twist. High lunge. Lightning bolt to the back of the mat. Standing twisting staff. Back to lightning bolt. Left arm under left shoulder, easy twist. Step back. Vashisthasana, left side. Right leg lifts, right foot steps to the back of the mat. Come up, lightning bolt. Swing back to the front of the mat. High lunge. Plant the hands, step back, take a vinyasa. Upward facing dog, wipe that slate clean. Exhale over the toes, downward facing dog. Bring the knees down for a well-deserved child's pose and surrender here. Belly between the thighs, forehead to the floor, arms extended in front. That was quite a heating sequence of all those twists. I had to put some liquid chalk on my hands and feet because I was sliding all over my mat. Feels really good to get those fires going in the pit of our stomachs, and there's no better practice than a twisting practice to stoke those fires. Come back up and sit on the heels and just sit here for a moment in a centering practice. Maybe you take Surya Mudra again. Just focus on the breath. The breath's probably quite elevated. Feels good to hear your heart beating in your chest, raising the pulse. Take a Vinyasa, Chaturanga, upward facing dog, wipe the slate clean. Exhale over the toes, downward facing dog. Then jump or step forward and we'll come to sit on the glutes. Extend both legs in front of you. Bring the right knee into the chest and allow it to fall out to the side for Janusasana. Head to knee pose. Lengthen out of the waist. Lift the right arm to the sky and take the outside of the left foot. If you can't reach the left foot, you can just grab the left shin, twisting the body over to facing the left side of the mat. Deep breaths, surrendering down. So we're moving into a more lunar part of our practice here. Just calming the nervous system, bringing the heart rate down, surrendering. Generated a lot of heat and energy, and it's time to balance it out. Inhale, come back up, move into Marichiasana A. So bring that right knee in, foot flat to the floor. Inhale the right arm to the sky, reach forward inside that leg, internally rotate the shoulder, and maybe bind the hands together. If you can't bind, you can just grab on to your clothing or even use a belt here. So there should be about a fist distance apart between your foot and your left inner thigh. Try and keep the shoulders neutral here, parallel to the floor. Surrender forward. Long deep breaths. Then inhale, come back up gently. Move into half Gomukhasana. So bring that right leg across the left leg. Stack the knees one on top of each other. The right foot is near the left thigh. Inhale out of the waist and fold forward over the bent leg. If it's within your practice, you can do full Gomukhasana here. For me, I got tight hips at the moment, so this was just fine for me. Surrender down. This gets into the right hip and also deep into the left hamstring. Keep that left foot flexed and allow the body to descend towards the earth. Inhale. Come up, release the leg, maybe shake the legs out a bit. We'll do the second side. Left knee comes in close to the chest, allow it to flop out to the side for Janusasana. Left arm reaches up, exhale, reach forward out of the waist, maybe grab the outside of the right foot or anywhere on the leg and come forward, twisting the body towards the right side of the mat. Maybe tenting those right fingers, surrendering down, releasing and letting go. Long deep breaths. Enjoying this moment of stillness. Practicing non-attachment to how far forward you get. It never ever matters. Inhale. Raise up, bring that left knee back into the center for Marichiasana A, second side. Inhale, left arm up, left arm comes inside that left knee. Internally rotate that left shoulder, maybe bind, maybe not. Descend over the extended leg. Keep both shoulders level, reaching out the waist as best you can. Releasing down. Extended leg is active. Long deep breaths. Make sure your jaw is relaxed and your tongue is relaxed. Let go. Inhale, raise up. Next pose is that half Gomukhasana. Stacking the knees one on top of each other. Left foot is near the right hip. Reach out of the waist and surrender forward. This is a outer hip stretch here and a hamstring stretch for the right leg. Allow the body to surrender down. Maybe you can bring your face towards your knee, maybe not. If you don't reach your knee, you can always put a cushion or something on top of the knee and surrender into that. Checking in with the breath, checking in with the body. Inhale, rise up. Release that leg, shake it out. And the next pose is Virasana. So get a block or a cushion, just sit it between your heels. Bring the seat to it and just sit here for a moment with a straight spine. So this might be your Virasana. This can be quite intense for a lot of people. If it's available to you, remove the block, press the flesh of the calves outwards and sit directly between the heels. So there is an internal rotation of the thigh bones here, and the knee joint is kept tightly shut. Shouldn't feel any pain in your knees. If you feel any pain in your knees, go back to sitting on the block. Otherwise, maybe you can start to lean back to the elbows. Maybe you can release all the way to the earth, a reclined hero. If you're all the way down, just cup the elbows above the head and surrender here. So this is a back bend and a very deep quad stretch. It's very therapeutic for the knees. If you do feel any pain, please come out. No knee pain in yoga, no knee stretching in yoga. And just focus on the breath here. This stretches all of the front body. It's great if you've done a lot of core work, stretches out those abs. Also gets into the hip flexors here. We did a lot of work with the hip flexors of all those lunges and thunderbolts or lightning bolts. It's really good to surrender here in this pose for a while. Then when you're ready, release the arms, ground into the elbows, come back up. Move very slowly into tabletop. Then just reach one leg back at a time, rocking backwards and forwards on the toes. Getting some circulation back into the legs and the feet. Always feels so good to do after hero. And we'll take one last vinyasa. Release the chaturanga, upward facing dog. Over the toes, downward facing dog. Look forward, jump or step up. Come down to the back, use the strength of the core to release you in slow motion down to the earth. Moving into bridge pose. So heels are directly next to the glutes. Reach down, see if you can touch the backs of the heels. Equal weight in both feet, lifting the pelvis to the sky, maybe interlacing the hands on the mat. Upper back is wide, grounding the upper arm bones into the earth. Long deep breaths. Chest is as vertical as you can get it. Then slowly release down one vertebra at a time. Release one leg straight. Bring the other knee into the chest for a supine twist. I brought my right knee in, falling over to the left side. Cactus in the arms, keeping both shoulders on the earth. Twist is coming from the mid-back. Your knee may or may not touch the earth. Mine doesn't. Maybe looking over the opposite shoulder. Enjoying the stretch in the outer hip, and the waist, and the sides of the chest. Long breaths, then return to center. Swap legs. Bring the other knee tight into the chest. Allow yourself to flop over to the opposite side. Arms are to a cactus, both shoulders on the floor. Maybe looking over the opposite shoulder. Feeling the stretch. Surrendering down. Come back to the middle. Bring both knees in for Apanasana, tight squeeze. Maybe rocking backwards and forwards on the sacrum. Then when you're ready, release the legs out for final relaxation. Feet flop open, palms to the sky, fingers, allow them to curl in towards your solar plexus. Back of the neck is long and the chin is slightly tucked. Eyes are closed. Mind is relaxed. And surrender into the earth. I have a poem for you by Judy Brown. It's called Fire. What makes a fire burn is space between the logs, a breathing space. Too much of a good thing, too many logs packed in too tight can douse the flames almost as surely as a pail of water would. So building fires requires attention to the spaces in between, as much as to the wood. When we are able to build open spaces in the same way we have learned to pile on the logs, then we can come to see how it is fuel and absence of the fuel together that make fire possible. We only need to lay a log lightly from time to time. A fire grows simply because the space is there, with openings in which the flame that knows just how it wants to burn can find its way. Start to come back into the room, wiggling the fingers and toes, taking a full body stretch. When you're ready, bring one knee into the chest followed by the other. Give yourself a squeeze. Then in your own time, release into a fetal position. Surrender here for a moment. And when it feels good for you, keeping the eyes closed, come back up to a seated position. Shoulders stacked over the hips. Spine straight. Maybe come into Surya Mudra with the hands. Ring finger pressed towards the base of the thumb and the thumb pressing down on top of the ring finger. Bring your awareness to your pranic center, your solar plexus. reflect on how much good energy you've generated in this class. And bring the palms to the chest, raise them to the third eye, bring them to the lips, and place both hands on your belly. Take a deep inhale, deep exhale. Thank you for practicing with me today in this class. Hope you enjoyed it and feel energized, and I hope to see you again soon on the mat. Have a good day. Thank you.